Welcome back to Pensioners Corner, the place where we talk about the latest updates, news, and useful information for pensioners across the UK. Today, we're diving into one of the most important announcements in recent years regarding the state pension. The Department for Work and Pensions, often referred to as the DWP, has recently introduced a payment increase aimed at supporting people born before 1961. Many pensioners will begin to notice these additional funds reaching their bank accounts this week. While this isn't a completely new pension system, it is an important financial adjustment designed to offer some extra breathing room during a time when costs are rising across the country. For a lot of pensioners, especially those living on fixed incomes, even a small increase can make a meaningful difference. It can help cover energy bills, buy essential groceries, or simply provide a little bit more peace of mind as day-to-day expenses continue to climb. In this video, we'll carefully go over what this announcement means, who is eligible, when the money is expected to arrive, and what you can do if you don't see the payment in your account right away. We'll also take a look at how this links with wider government policy and what it might mean for the future of pensions. So, make yourself comfortable, maybe grab a warm cup of tea, and let's walk through the details together. Let's start with why this payment matters right now. The UK has gone through a period of unusually high inflation in recent years. While energy costs have eased a little compared to their peak, the price of food, transport, and many everyday goods remains much higher than before the pandemic. Pensioners are often the most affected because their income is usually fixed, and they don't always have the flexibility to increase earnings. That's why any additional support matters. For people born before 1961, many of whom are now fully retired, the DWP's decision to provide this payment is intended to help them keep pace with the cost of living and reduce some of the financial strain heading into the colder months of the year. Now, who exactly qualifies for this boost? According to the DWP, the extra payment is directed toward pensioners born before 1961 who are already in receipt of the state pension. This includes both men and women who have met the required national insurance contribution levels to claim their pension. It doesn't matter whether you're receiving the older basic state pension or the newer state pension system introduced in 2016, both groups are covered. Pensioners who also claim pension credit or other forms of income-related support are expected to benefit automatically. If you're living abroad but still receive a UK state pension, you may also qualify, though eligibility depends on the country you live in. It's always best to confirm with the International Pension Centre if you're outside the UK, as rules can differ depending on international agreements. The next question many people have is, how much will this payment actually be? The amount can vary depending on your individual circumstances. Those who receive the full basic state pension may notice a payment roughly equal to around 1 week's worth of their pension. For those on the newer state pension, the additional amount is calculated in proportion to their entitlement. People receiving pension credit will also automatically receive the full amount without needing to apply. For many pensioners, this could mean an extra £150 to £200 or potentially a little more, added on top of their regular pension. It's worth keeping in mind that exact figures can differ, so it's not the same amount for everyone. But overall, this boost is intended to provide meaningful short-term support. So when will the money arrive? The DWP has stated that payments are being rolled out this week, with most expected to be processed and completed by Friday. The payment should appear in your account under the same reference you usually see for your state pension. In most cases, the boost will arrive on the same day as your normal pension payment. However, banks do sometimes process payments at different speeds, so it's possible that yours could appear a little earlier or later. If you don't see the money right away, it's a good idea to wait until the end of the week before raising any concerns. Now let's talk about why this is happening now. The decision is part of the government's wider effort to make sure pensioners are shielded from the worst effects of high inflation. It's also closely linked to the so-called triple lock, a policy that ensures the state pension increases each year by whichever is highest out of three things: inflation, average wage growth, or 2.5%. Advocacy groups such as Age UK and other pensioner organisations have been highlighting the need for more targeted support for older citizens, particularly those at greater risk of fuel poverty during the winter months. This extra payment can be seen as the government's response to that pressure, and also as a signal that it intends to keep the triple lock in place for now. A question some people might have is whether this extra payment will affect other benefits they receive, like housing benefit, council tax support, or pension credit. The good news is that the DWP has confirmed this boost will be disregarded when calculating means-tested benefits. In other words, it will not reduce your entitlement to those benefits. That means you can safely accept the payment without worrying that it will cause issues with other financial support. There's no need to report it separately, and it won't trigger any overpayment letters. So, what should you do if the money doesn't show up in your account by the end of the week? First, don't panic. Delays can sometimes happen. Check your bank statement carefully to make sure you haven't missed the payment reference. If by Friday evening nothing has arrived, then it's time to contact the pension service directly. When you call, it's useful to have your national insurance number and your bank details ready, as this will help them check your case quickly. Let's also clear up a few common questions that pensioners have been asking. Do you need to apply for this payment? No, if you're eligible, it will be paid automatically. Is this a one-off or the start of a series of payments? At the moment, the government hasn't confirmed whether more boosts like this will follow. It's possible that further announcements could be made in the autumn statement or in next year's budget, but nothing is guaranteed. What if you live abroad? As mentioned earlier, some pensioners living overseas may receive the payment, but it depends on the specific country. The best approach is to contact the International Pension Center for confirmation. Looking ahead, many experts believe this payment is a sign that the government recognizes the pressure pensioners are under and may be willing to provide additional support when circumstances demand it. With inflation still higher than average and uncertainty about energy costs in the winter, there could be further updates in the months to come. It also shows that the triple lock remains an important part of pension policy. If inflation or wages rise significantly again, pensioners may benefit from larger than expected increases next April. Nothing is set in stone, but this payment sets a precedent for more targeted support during difficult times. For pensioners born before 1961, this week's payment is a clear acknowledgement of the challenges many are facing. The extra funds should begin arriving over the coming days, so it's a good idea to check your account regularly and to let friends and family know about the update in case they haven't heard. If you don't see the payment, remember to wait until the end of the week and then contact the pension service for help. Here at Pensioners Corner, we'd love to hear your views. Have you received the payment yet? Did it arrive smoothly, and do you feel it helps with rising costs? Do you think more needs to be done for pensioners before winter sets in? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We always appreciate hearing from you, and it helps other viewers too. If you found this video useful, please give it a like, share it with anyone who might benefit from the information, and don't forget to subscribe to Pensioners Corner for more updates on pensions, benefits, and financial support for older people in the UK. Thank you for joining us today. Stay safe, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next update.